luck, Olivia.
You're welcome. I mean, that may have inspired the question. I don't know.
I don't know. I was like I was really going for it last night, and this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's a little lip there.
I rolled my ankle on something, and I just went down last night. Well, I'm waiting for a video to come up, but if anybody has it, just delete it.
Pretend it doesn't exist.
No, I literally did something like this, and went down. And I rolled my ankle. I woke up this morning, I was like, oh man, that really did happen. That was a little embarrassing. But you know what, like I was telling Alaina backstage, I think it's a rite of passage for every great performer to just eat shit on stage at one point or another. And it's how you respond to that moment that's telling. Did I stay down? No.
No!
Was I embarrassed? Yes! Was I crying on the inside? Yes! Did I cry myself to sleep last night? Maybe!
Did you wake up in a cold sweat a little bit? Looking on Twitter for videos?
Like, it's kind of, where is it? Someone has some posted it.
Don't post it.
It was live!
Oh yeah, and they streamed the thing live last night for the first time. First time live streaming, like first song of the night.
Yeah. Gil McKinney
Great.
eats shit.
I could just hear my cousin saying, I remember my first beer too.
Mine was, I remember I was doing this movie in Turkey, and I don't know, I could not say this word. It was, I read it, I was not reading it properly. Thankfully, no one spoke English on our crew. But I said it like 5 times in our scene, because we did a wide, which is like a wide shot, and then we go over the shoulder to his coverage, because he was more important on the call sheet than me, that's how it works. And then they go over to you, so I'd done it a bunch of times. And it was supposed to say something about like, was me being here, what was it? The word was deter, but I was saying deter. And we went up to my coverage and I was like, did it deter you? And he was like, did you just say deter? I was like, huh? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, it's deter. I was like,
Dieter. That's awesome.
I was a little mortified.
I'm
It's one of those things where you're just not present.
Yeah, I don't know if I've done some embarrassing things on some shows, that's for sure.
Like that were scripted?
Yeah, totally. I did an episode of CSI, and I'd read for CSI like 8 times, and it was for a guest star on CSI. This was years ago, and I remember telling my agent, like, if I don't get it this time, I'm not going back in on that to see them, because like I've had it up to here with CSI.
I did the same thing with
I've played
CSI.
so many like suspects and done so many interrogation scenes and all that crap, and I was like, I'm not.
And you're like, I know
if I don't
every
get this one, I'm not
director
doing
and
the
every
show.
producer on that show.
What's that?
Yeah, you get to the point where like, I know every director.
Oh, you know them.
You
They've
don't want to
seen
hire me. Are you just playing with me? Like they just want to come in and like perform for us.
Yeah, like they're like, you guys want to have a good laugh? Let's bring Gil in.
That was my experience with CSI.
So anyway, I go in and I read for this part on CSI, and it was like, I think that there was a couple scenes for the audition, and I get the part. I'm like, finally, all right, I'm gonna go do this episode of CSI. So then they send me the script, and they obviously did not inform me beforehand that my character was into like S&M, and yeah, and had this kind of like creepy, like pervy side to him. So I'm reading the script and I'm like, oh no, I didn't have to do anything like real bad, but I'm reading the script and I'm like, man, oh, they have me wearing some really embarrassing stuff. So then I go in for the wardrobe fitting and the wardrobe stuff. It's just like, okay, I've got a couple different pair of chaps here. How are you with dog collars? So I'm like literally trying all this stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, my parents cannot see this. Like, I can't even tell anybody about this. So they cut to the day of shooting, and literally all it is it's me in a scene. There's a girl on a table, and there's some stuff going on over there, and my character's just like in the corner, like like all turned on and like sweaty, like watching. And at one point, the wardrobe person came in and pulled the director aside and was like, okay, I've got a couple options for masks. One has a gag ball, one doesn't. What are we thinking? And I'm standing there like, no, please, don't make me wear that. But then I was like, but if I do wear the mask, nobody will see my face. So. Anyway, I didn't have to wear the mask, but it was
Did you take the wardrobe home?
Of course. Obviously. It's like, I'm keeping this.
Gag ball and all.
So that was a really uncomfortable day on set, you know? Like they give you a robe just to like hide your shame. And they bring you onto the set and they're like, all right, take the robe off. And,
That's kind of like just being a woman as an actor. Let's see you wear no pants and heels and do stunts. And you're like, okay. 200 men on set.
so let's see that.
It's out there somewhere.
No pants and heels?
Well, my Black Canary costume was like this little bodysuit with fishnets and high heels. I literally would have to call cut, like in between.
Are there pictures of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Black
Canary.
Okay,
Black
we'll look
Canary.
that up later.
Tiny outfits.
Thank you.
Yeah.